Hi everyone and welcome to a theme park worldwide news update. Now here's a video that I never thought I'd be filming, however here I am. And let's face it, after everything that's happened over the past 12 months, anything goes, doesn't it really? Now Alton Towers, the UK's largest theme park, are set to bring in some funfair rides to the park for 2021. Now before I go into this and share some more details and also my thoughts on this, just want to say the fact that at the time of recording this video, nothing has yet to be confirmed on the social media pages or the official website for the Alton Towers Resort. However, this is more than just some speculation. Over this week, there's actually been some images that have been leaked of these rides being set up at Alton Towers. So I'm not going to share them images here on Theme Park Worldwide. Like I say, they've been leaked. I'm going to be waiting until the official announcement by the park before going into the details of where they are and all that sort of stuff. However, yes, these images have been leaked, so we know that this is definitely happening for this year. So let's hope that we get an official announcement soon from the park, kind of confirming everything and seeing what's going to be happening. So yes, let's get into this, shall we? So firstly, I want to talk about why Alton Towers might be doing this. Now, there's been a lot of rumours over the past couple of months, actually. The fact that, you know, Alton Towers have took out quite a lot of rides since 2015. That was the main year that the likes of the Flume closed. Along with that as well, Nemesis Subterra, that was took out of the park. Along with that, some other attractions such as Ripsaw left. So over the years, there's been quite a lot of ride removals and not loads of stuff being put back in. Now, don't get me wrong, we've had some fantastic ride installations, such as the Smiler in 2013, Wicker Man in 2018, which is fantastic. However, when it comes to support rides, they haven't really got much. And then, of course, we had the announcement from the government a couple of weeks ago that indoor attractions won't be able to open until at least May the 17th. So this has left Alton Towers in a bit of a predicament, really. They can open the park from April the 12th. However, there's going to be certain indoor rides like Hex and Jewel and a few other bits that won't be able to open. So they've had to make a decision to bring in some extra rides to increase the capacity. So it certainly does make sense. It might not be the ideal situation. Alton Towers is a theme park. These are funfair, fairground, travelling rides, however you describe them, that are being brought in. However, you know, in terms of how it's going to look in the park, that's what I'm really intrigued about. Like I say, I have seen these images that have been leaked this week. I'm not sharing them here in this video, but I'm really hoping the fact that they're going to be blended in a little bit to the park. So as far as we know, there's going to be 4 of these funfair rides that are coming to Alton Towers, and like I say, the idea is they're being placed around the park in different locations to kind of help with the throughputs and help with more guests getting on more rides throughout the day. So that's something what filler rides or flat rides, as we tend to call them, when the permanent installations at the parks, then yeah, that is something what, you know, that the park needs, a lot of filler rides. So the fact they're bringing in 4, it might not be ideal. However, I feel like they're going to make some sort of event out of it, and it might be quite fun. As a local to Alton Towers, it's something that I'm looking forward to, something a little bit different this year. When I first heard about this, I was kind of thinking, no, surely not. But as I started to come around to the idea, I started to think, well, actually, yes, it makes perfect sense. Now, we all know now that Alton Towers know the fact that they need some support rides, some flat rides. So fingers crossed, maybe for 2022 or onwards, we're going to see 1 or maybe even 2 or 3 flat rides brought in around the park. I really hope so, because it really does need them support rides. It's all good having 10 coasters and various dark rides and water rides, but you still need filler rides. And we now know that Alton Towers know that fact. So what I've already said already is, of course, we know the fact that Alton Towers is set to open April the 12th. Indoor attractions are going to be shut for at least the first month of the season. What happens then? So as far as we're aware, it seems like these rides are going to be in place for the full season at Alton Towers and not just in place for that month. However, anything is set to change. But with how it looks like Alton Towers are trying to integrate these travelling rides into the park, it does seem like they're going to be there for more than just that initial month. And like I say, I can see them making a bit of an event out of it, to be honest. Now, if we go way back to the start of Alton Towers, way before it was actually a theme park, of course, over the years from like the 1950s, they started to open the grounds and fairground rides were actually brought into the park. And even from the 1980s, there was a lot more fairground rides at the park than there was permanent installations. Even when the Corkscrew was at the park, you know, there was still a lot of fairground rides still in place. It's more over the past sort of 10, 15 years that those have been replaced by permanent rides. And Then you think about some of the other rides they've already got, such as the Blade and Enterprise, 2 flat rides that, could be travelling rides. The fact they've been made permanent doesn't necessarily mean that, they couldn't be travelled around. They've both actually moved locations and stuff before at the park. So, yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it, to see that this is happening. Like I say, nothing's yet to be confirmed by the park. However, I'm going to talk a little bit about the rides that we think we're going to be expecting to see installed. So, it looks as though there's going to be a Super Trooper coming in to the park. I'll put a few images of what we can expect here as well. These aren't from inside Alton Towers. These aren't the leaked images. These are just some photos of the rides themselves, what we could be seeing. So it's looking like we're going to be seeing a Super Trooper coming into the park for this year. Along with that as well, it seems like there's going to be a Super Bounce or Smashing Jump, one of those versions of the ride coming in. Along with that, we could be seeing a couple of other fairground classics, such as a Waltzer and also as well a Twister Sizzler. So yeah, they're the rides that it looks like we're going to be getting coming to Alton Towers this year. Of course, this is in addition to the World of David Walliams, that is a permanent installation at the park that we imagine is going to be there for multiple years. You've got the carousel reopening, the Frog Hopper, and of course the new dark ride, Gangster Granny. So put that in mind, there's going to be them 3 rides, plus as well the 4 temporary rides for 2021. 7 new rides to enjoy this year at Alton Towers, which is probably a record for them. So I am excited, as much as I would have much preferred the fact that they'd sorted out the flat rides issue that they've got over the past few years. For the past year, we've been in a global pandemic. Funds are tight. Merlin owned a lot of parks and attractions. We all know that they pushed back their new rides for last year to this year because of course Gangster Granny, the dark ride, and the whole area of the World of David Walliams was supposed to be last year's edition. So that all got pushed back to this year. So yeah, at least we kind of know what Alton Towers is going to do in the future now. They're going to want to put some more filler rides in. Now, in terms of where we could see these go around the park, Ripsaw's site, Twirling Toadstool site, so obviously possibly Dark Forest, Forbidden Valley, XX where Submission used to be. There's lots of different areas around the park, and initially when I heard of this, I thought maybe they might go down the side of the lawns. However, I'm quite pleased really that they're blending them around the park. I'm just hoping that they try and fit them in a little bit with the area, and that kind of goes on to say who's going to be operating these. Is it going to be the showmen that own the rides operating them, or Alton Towers going to be actually getting staff trained on them and operating them themselves and just hired the ride but not the staffing? That's something to think about. In terms of the operation on this, we imagine that they're not going to be an upcharge, or at least I hope not. The fact they're being brought in to increase capacity makes me think, yeah, they're not going to charge for these rides, not when there's free rides around. That wouldn't make much sense, would it? So, I imagine they're going to be included in the ticket price, as it really wouldn't help, would it, when it comes to the throughput, because people would just go on the free rides instead of the pay rides. But, along with that, are we going to be hearing fairground-style announcements and audio, or is it going to be theme music for the area, or possibly even some custom tracks what they've had done? Who knows? Anything is possible, but we do know that this is happening. It's looking to be 4 travelling rides coming to Alton Towers, and yes, the fun fair will begin. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how it is, and I'm hoping that we get an official announcement soon from the park. But yeah, like I say, there's been so many rumours and speculation. We've had so many messages over the past few days asking us what our thoughts are, so I thought now would be the time to film this, but also not release any of the leaked images, because I don't really feel like that's the place for us to do that here at Theme Park Worldwide. But I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this one. I never thought we'd see this happen, but you think about them original roots of Alton Towers. This is where it all started. Travelling rides being brought in, the fun fair starting up, basically what is now the World of David Walliams and the driving school. That's where some of the first rides were brought in, and they had a Waltzer, they had a Helter Skelter. So yeah, we're kind of going back to the roots, and I'm kind of hoping with the marketing that Alton Towers are going to do for this, they're going to do something. People have been saying, no, they might just let it kind of slip, and put them into the park and not say anything. They're going to say something. I imagine they're going to make an event out of this, or at least I really hope so. And fingers crossed we might have some more events to look forward to, and longer opening hours to kind of all fit with what they're looking at doing here and increasing that capacity at the park. So I really hope so, because if they extend the opening hours, that also means people have got longer to enjoy the rides too. So I really feel like that's going to be a big focus for Alton Towers this year. Let me know your thoughts down below on this very unusual unusual announcement, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what happens. But let's just hope it is for this season, because let's face it, you know, as much as these rides are going to be good fun, it is a theme park. You know, it is more about permanent installation. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do for next year, possibly, and even the year after, when it comes to getting some more permanent flat rides in. So let me know, and when Alton Towers do officially confirm some things, I'll be back with more information to share with you all. So thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide. Stick with us all the latest theme park news. Of course, we've got a playlist all about theme park news, and we're always sharing it as soon as we hear stuff. So thanks for watching, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you soon.